Hey y'all, it's Natasha, the Lifestyle Professor, and I'm super excited to talk about your pitch deck and creating a pitch deck for your business. And today I'm going to use my business, my networking apparel, the Ask Me What I Do brand, to show you guys a visual and basically how I created the information for my pitch deck. I actually created this pitch deck for a pitch competition that was created by Black Girl Ventures, that's powered by Google Cloud and so many other partners that they do have. With this hot pitch competition, I did use this particular presentation, and I won second place. I won $4,000 in Google credit, worth of prizes, basically $4,000 worth of prizes, $3,000 worth of Google credit. So I use it for anything that's Google related. I received a coaching from an accountant to kind of get my back end together in regards to my books. This, that, and the third. There were so many other things that I won from the pitch competition. What I've also been using for this pitch deck is to meet with investors in regards to loan opportunities. I use this for presentations in regards to introducing the company to influencers. So I use my pitch deck for any and everything, just to basically introduce my why, the problems I solve, the market value, the market trends and things of that sort. So again, this is a pitch deck. It is a PowerPoint presentation basically, and basically with this, I took all of our photo shoots and things of that sort um, to put in there, because I definitely want them to see where, it's minorities networking. That's the whole purpose of my full platform. So the first slide is just to introduce my networking apparel and our slogan, let's get the conversation started unapologetically. The next slide is your what. Basically, it could be your mission statement. It can be a summary of what it is that you do, regardless if it's a product or service. So what is my networking apparel? My networking apparel is a clothing line that gets the conversation started unapologetically about what people do to create a broader network. And basically, we're just trying to help people broaden their network by people approaching them unapologetically. So basically, with that, it's just that people can come to you without saying, I'm sorry, I want to ask you, what do you do? Without being rude. Where people can see your shirt and say, so what do you do? So it just takes out that sense of suspense when people want to know or network with you. The problems, so the next slide would be problems. So you want to talk about I put 5 bullets on here, but honestly, I would do no more than 4. I would do 4 bullets, and with those 4 bullets, I would basically go straight to who would have these problems, what would cause these problems, and so I would just basically create what would be a problem. Let's say if you're a teacher, problems would be helping boost minorities' education in the South, where the South lacks in education. Another thing that would be a problem for teachers is that parents no longer have the time to work with their kids after school. So that's a problem that they have as a teacher. Let's think of something else. Some of the problems that I encountered before wearing the Ask Me What I Do shirt, because the problem is before your product. A lot of introvert entrepreneurs are passionate about their products and services, but just can't quite make the right connections. Entrepreneurs are struggling with product sales, even though they have a great social media marketing strategy. Entrepreneurs are overwhelmed by how sales and marketing works. Entrepreneurs are frustrated because they don't know how to market their products and services better. And entrepreneurs are disappointed at how their sales and marketing efforts are not giving them the results they want. So that is the problem that I saw prior to making the shirt. Okay. The next slide is talking about your solution. So, what's the solution to all of your problems? And your solution would be your why of the product. So, this is why I created the product, to cure these solutions, or to energize, amplify these solutions, or to solve these problems. So you have to identify your business. Is it a vitamin, a cure, or a problem solver? And this right here will let you know if you're a cure to a problem, if you're a vitamin to a problem, or are you a solution to a problem. So when you figure that out, you're able to answer this portion right here. And with our shirts, it's a solution to a problem. It helps entrepreneurs and professionals amplify their marketing by wearing our brand. It helps entrepreneurs and professionals make money when connecting with new potential customers. And it also gets a conversation started without an awkward approach. So that's what a solution is. And that's, again, you need to identify if your business is a problem solver, a cure, or a vitamin to a problem. Okay. Next, you want to talk about how does it work. It could be a product again, and it could be a service. How does your services work? I'm a coach. So how does it work for me is, one, I want people to download my business plan. Two, I would like for them to sign up for a consult. Three, we figure out all the packages that that I have that works for them. Four, we immediately get started with an assessment. Five, we begin to do implementation. Six, we will start working. So five would be strategy, six would be implementation, and seven would be launch. So I have a 7-part step for my services. For my networking apparel, how it works is, first, you will purchase the merch and prepare an elevator pitch. Second, you will wear our merch and become more confident in marketing. And then last but not least, but you will allow the merch to gain clients by getting the conversation started. The shirt speaks for you. So the first thing is to buy the shirt, prepare your elevator pitch. Second, you will wear our merch and become more confident in your marketing. And then third, you allow the merch to gain clients by getting the conversation started. So how it works is the process of what your customers need to do. You're transitioning your strangers to customers. What they need to do first, second, third, however many parts that you have, you want to talk about it right here, because this is going to help your investors understand your process. So this will also help you as an entrepreneur or a business owner identify where are your issues in your process, okay? Because a lot of times this right here is why customers aren't consistent, or they don't have a good retention, they don't come back and purchase. This can also be why people don't buy anything. So you just want to make sure that you understand how it works in the process of becoming a stranger to a customer or a stranger to client. The next part is key differentiators. And this is what differentiate your business from anybody else. So even when you think about having a lash business or a hair business or an apparel, what makes your brand and business different from the next, right? So these are some things that I discussed in regards to my networking apparel. Our call to action, it makes people inquire and want to know, what do you do? Enhances our word of mouth marketing. More people will know about your business when you wear our shirts. Our shirts it becomes a superpower. So people are comfortable with communicating what they do. So I'm a totally different person when I don't have my Ask Me What I Do shirt on, because the Ask Me What I Do shirt is like my work shirt. I feel like a boss. I feel like a businesswoman. When I have it on, even if I had the hat on, the button, whatever, where people are going to ask me what I do, I feel like I have to be on my best behavior. I feel like I have to have, to be at my greatest when I have the apparel on, not because it's my brand, but because it represents who my businesses are. So when people ask me what I do, I don't just tell them that I own the brand of the shirt, but I'm an entrepreneur mentor. I have a adult podcast. I have a publishing services company. I have a wholesale business. So there are so many other things that I could talk about with this apparel, not just because I own it, but because it makes me a boss. Like it's like my red cape when I put this shirt on. It also puts a face with a brand. People can identify the person. A person's behind the brand. Imagine if the CEO of Target had this shirt on and you seen them at Walmart, and you were like, "Hey, so what do you do?" And they're like, "Oh, well, I'm Bob, da, 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 and I'm the CEO of Target." It helps you connect with or identify the persons behind the brand. Broadens the networking capacity. It gets your business or brands in more conversations. Can you imagine? So I have a 3-year old, so I'm out and about with him all the time. So I try to wear the shirt when we're together. So when I have on my shirt when we're together, a lot of the things that are dope about that is that because he's so busy and we're always doing stuff, I at times would like to network in areas or environments where I have him, where he's, when I have him. And a lot of times I can't. So if people ask me what I do while I have my son, it allows me to still talk about what I do in those conversations. So a lot of times you may not be a parent, but you may be a student or something like that, and you may be at school and you want people to ask you what you do, but you don't have the capacity to remember to network. The shirt does it for you. I hope that makes sense. So right here, you want to list your key differentiators. What makes your business different from the other? Again, I would keep it at 5 bullet points. Market size. This right here would give your angels, investors, um, you know, potential buyers or whatever the case may be, the demand for your business. So basically, you could pull your sources from Statista, just like I did, and you could look up your market industry. So of course, I looked up the market industry in the U.S. for the apparel market and then the global apparel market, what's projected. So you want to have what's the revenue like currently, and then what's the projected revenue. I could not obtain 2018. I put this together in 2019 because I'm sure the information wasn't out yet for 2018. But a lot of this data is accrued the year after. So 2019 would be brewing up or accruing data, wrapping up the data for 2018, which now is 2020. They would be wrapping up all the data for 2019 because, like right now, people are still turning in numbers and things of that sort from last year. So I'm sure for 2019, the market value, I'm sure, has gone to about $500 billion. And then globally, I'm sure we're right at about $2 trillion for the market size. Your operating principles is basically, I guess you could say, like your core values in a sense. What is the core value of your business? If you've ever worked for a corporate company, they talk about their core values or integrity. Customers start putting their customers first. Um, Staying ahead of their industry and things of that sort. So you want to think about your core values. What are your operating principles? What are some things, your morals and beliefs for your business? What are some things that you're going to stay true to in your business that your customers can always count on? That would be your operating principles. Some of our operating principles are uncompromising quality by continuing to use premium quality apparel, fair and ethical suppliers by evaluating the vendor's working conditions and agreeing to our code of conduct. Imagine and innovate in ideas that will give our customers more intentional networking experiences. Customers are the focus for everything we do. Research and development are keys to the future. Here are some of our networking merch. Some of these things are seasonal, so they are no longer in stock. But just so you can get an idea of some things that we sell, this is what we have. We actually have some new things that we just came out with. Here are some, I guess you could say, services, not necessarily merch, but services that are coming soon. The networking game, then my networking kit, and my networking app. Let's back this up a little bit to my networking merch. If you have products, you want to definitely show your products. If you have a service, you want to definitely show your services broken down into what people get. So this right here is just so they can see how are you making your money? What are you selling? What are people buying? That's what this portion will be. And you could call it, my products, my services, whatever you would like to call it. I just like to be, you know, innovative with my presentations. You can name it whatever you would like. Coming soon is basically introducing to them why you need more money. So what I did was I showed them we would like to do my networking game, we would like my networking kit, and we would like my networking app. Of course, I would need funding for all of this to make these things happen, but I also broke it down into what these three things are. What would the networking game do? What would my networking kit do? And what would my networking app do? The benefits. So the benefits is once you have the shirt, we solve the problem. Now, what benefits does it give you for purchasing my products or services? So basically, once they've used this product, what do they gain? And a lot of you could use this right here on your product descriptions on your website. So if you're selling products and you don't put the benefit of the product, clear skin, if you have a skincare product, um, rejuvenates your, uh, puffy eyes, or um, it helps your edges grow. Whatever the benefits are, that's what you were put right here. This is one of the most valuable pieces of a pitch deck because people see that there's a problem, they see you have the solution, but what will be the long term benefit to having this product? And some of the things that I listed for the benefits of having an Ask Me What I Do shirt or merch is to make the right connections to grow your business and be successful, build your customer base and connect with people in your market. It allows people to engage with you and what you do unapologetically. It dramatically increases your sales by finding strategic partners and customers. So that's the benefit. So again, you want to make sure that your benefit is the result once they use your product. Use cases. So basically, this is what we do with our shirts. This is how we test the market to see if this works. This is what we do to keep the brand ahead of itself, in a sense. So we host by monthly networking events local to Atlanta, Georgia. We have brand ambassadors with network marketing concepts. We attend expo shows and vendor table events. We do wholesale distribution and brand colors, exclusivity offered to approved organizations. We market customers, businesses, and brands via social media outlets, blog the conversation, and weekly email blasts. Do you have any questions? And at the end, you could put a do you have any questions slide. But this picture to me says, do you have any questions? You want to also put your contact information in here. If you have a brick and mortar, which is a store that customers can walk in and out of, you could put that address on here. You can use this slide just to make sure that people follow you, go to your website, come visit your store, whatever that it takes. You want to put that on the last slide. You can also, again, like I said, put do you have any questions, whatever the case may be. With your pitch deck, you want to always know that they're going to ask you in regards to how much money did you make last year? How much money did you make in first quarter? What's your gross margin? What's your gross margin? What's your overhead cost for your products or your services? They're going to ask you questions in regards to your finance that your pitch deck may not disclose. However, you can use that information to put in your pitch deck if you are a for-profit business. That'll also allow you to have that discussion with your investors in regards to, what it is that you need, and it makes sense in regards to why you may be asking for $50,000 or $100,000. What I would suggest with this pitch deck is to look at the pitch deck, go over this presentation, get on YouTube and watch Shark Tank. I'm going to drop the link in the comments to this so that way you can go and watch some of my favorite Shark Tank videos and prepare your pitch from that. Shark Tank is very valuable. I think a lot of people sleep on Shark Tank, but Shark Tank gives you a lot of it's a solution to a problem. Like if you've never pitched before, you want to pitch, that will be a great time for you to go over the information. I created this in Canva. You could create yours in Canva as well. Um, yeah, so if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I could definitely go back and answer them in the comments. Any and everybody may have it. We could also go live about it if you would like. But thank y'all so much, and I look forward to it.